When Hawaii Five-0 premiered in 1968, it quickly became one of television's most iconic crime dramas, immortalizing the legendary catchphrase, "Book 'em Dano." More than half a century later, the cast members, from Jack Lord and James McArthur to unforgettable guest stars, remain etched in the memories of fans worldwide. Some have passed away, others continued their careers or enjoyed long retirements, but each played a part in building a timeless legacy. Join us as we look back at the lives and careers of the actors of Hawaii Five-0, 1968, to see where their journeys led and how their impact still resonates today. Jack Lord portrayed Detective Steve McGarrett in Hawaii Five-0, 1968, when he was 48 years old. Embodying the stern, commanding leader of the elite task force, McGarrett was relentless in his pursuit of justice, a man whose discipline, sharp mind, and moral integrity made him both respected and feared. His piercing gaze, methodical strategies, and the iconic phrase, "Book 'em Dano," became symbols of the series. McGarrett was more than a policeman. He was the embodiment of law and order in Hawaii, a man who sacrificed personal comfort for duty, constantly facing criminals, spies, and corruption without compromise. While often portrayed as strict, he was deeply loyal to his team, guiding them with precision and unshakable principles. Off-screen, Jack Lord was already an established actor, having starred in Stony Burke and appeared in films such as Dr. No before Hawaii Five-0 gave him television immortality. Beyond his career, he was devoted to his wife, Marie Denard, with whom he shared a lifelong marriage from 1949 until his death. Known for his professionalism, intensity, and charisma, he became an icon of American television. Jack Lord passed away on January 21st, 1998 at the age of 77, from congestive heart failure complicated by Alzheimer's disease. Herman Wedemeyer portrayed Sergeant Duke Lukela in Hawaii Five-0, 1968, when he was 44 years old, bringing calm authority and dependable strength to McGarrett's task force. Duke was not the most flamboyant character, but his professionalism, cultural awareness, and steady reliability made him essential to the team's success. He often handled dangerous investigations, offered insight into the Hawaiian community, and represented the perseverance of law enforcement by surviving where others fell. His presence reassured viewers that justice was not only about action, but also about discipline and loyalty. Off-screen, Herman Wedemeyer lived a life as varied as his on-screen role. A celebrated athlete, he was an All-American football star at Santa Clara University, briefly played professionally in the NFL and later turned to politics, serving in the Hawaii House of Representatives where he contributed to his community beyond entertainment. Known as a family man with children, he successfully balanced fame, athletics, acting, and public service. Herman Wedemeyer passed away on January 25, 1999 at the age of 74 from heart failure. James McArthur portrayed Detective Dano Williams in Hawaii Five-0, 1968, when he was 31 years old, giving the series its youthful energy and balance to McGarrett's stern authority. Danny was loyal, brave, and resourceful, the detective who often carried out the arrest after McGarrett's famous command. His courage was tested in kidnappings, undercover missions, and countless dangerous encounters, yet he always proved resilient and sharp, earning his place as McGarrett's trusted partner. The chemistry between McArthur and Jack Lord became one of the show's greatest strengths, with Danny providing a human, more approachable side to the team's relentless pursuit of justice. Off-screen, James McArthur had already built a strong acting career, appearing in Disney's Swiss Family Robinson, 1960, Spencer's Mountain, 1963, and other major films before becoming forever known as Dano. He continued acting on television and stage after leaving the show, though Hawaii Five-0 remained his defining legacy. In his personal life, he was married 3 times, including to actress Joyce Bulifant, and had 4 children. James McArthur passed away on October 28, 2010, at the age of 72 from natural causes. Zulu, born Gilbert Lonnie Kauhi, portrayed Kono Kalakaua in Hawaii 5-0 from 1968 to 1972, when he was 31 years old, offering audiences one of the earliest depictions of a native Hawaiian detective on national television. Kono was physically strong, humorous, and fiercely loyal, often providing both muscle and cultural knowledge to the task force. His warmth and charisma balanced McGarrett's stern authority, and his presence added authenticity to the series, allowing Hawaii's culture to shine in a show dominated by crime and action. Though Kono eventually left the series, his early contribution was essential to shaping the identity of the task force, and he remained a fan favorite long after his departure. Beyond the screen, Zulu was a beloved entertainer in Hawaii, performing as a nightclub headliner in Waikiki and hosting radio shows where his personality and wit connected him deeply to his community. He was widely admired for bringing Hawaiian culture into the spotlight. Though his personal life was marked by health struggles, Zulu passed away on May 3, 2004 at the age of 66 from complications of diabetes. Kam Fong portrayed Detective Chin Ho Kelly in Hawaii 5-0, 1968, when he was 50 years old, giving the show authenticity through his deep ties to Hawaii. Chin Ho was dependable, good-natured, and loyal, representing the heart of the task force with his courage and connection to the local community. His most shocking storyline came in the 10th season, when Chin Ho was ambushed and murdered, a moment that shocked fans and underscored the dangers of police work. His death became one of the most emotional turning points of the series, reminding viewers that even beloved characters could fall victim to violence. Off-screen, Kam Fong Chun had lived a life marked by resilience. He was a Honolulu police officer and firefighter before acting, and he carried those real-life experiences into his performance. His acting career outside Hawaii 5-0 was limited, but his role as Chin Ho left a permanent mark on television history. In his personal life, he endured tragedy with the loss of his first wife and 2 children during World War II, but later remarried and raised a family. Kam Fong passed away on October 18, 2002 at the age of 84 from lung cancer. Harry Endo portrayed Che Fong, the forensic specialist of Hawaii 5-0, beginning in 1969 when he was 47 years old, and he became the show's quiet but indispensable scientific mind. Che Fong was methodical, intelligent, and exact, often providing the crucial forensic evidence that unraveled even the most complex cases. While McGarrett and his detectives confronted criminals in the field, Che was the one who made sense of fingerprints, ballistics, and chemical traces, grounding the drama in realism. His understated role reminded audiences that science could be just as heroic as action. Endo himself had an unusual path into acting. He worked at a bank before being cast almost by chance, yet he went on to appear in over 100 episodes, giving credibility to the series. While his acting career outside Hawaii 5-0 was limited, his performance left a permanent mark on television. Off-screen, he lived a quiet life, married with children, far removed from Hollywood's spotlight. Harry Endo passed away on January 9, 2009 at the age of 86 from undisclosed causes. James Olsen portrayed Bart Maris in Hawaii 5-0, 1972, when he was 42 years old, playing one of the show's more sinister guest villains. Maris was manipulative, calculating, and dangerous, the type of antagonist who tested McGarrett's sharp instincts and the resolve of the task force. Unlike simple criminals, Bart was layered with cunning and charisma, embodying the more sophisticated threats that 5-0 faced as the series matured. Olsen's performance gave the episode a chilling intensity, reminding audiences that the fight against crime was not only physical but also psychological. Off-screen, James Olsen enjoyed a distinguished career in both film and television. He appeared in acclaimed movies such as The Andromeda Strain, 1971, where he played one of the lead scientists, as well as Rachel, 1968, opposite Joanne Woodward, earning respect as a versatile performer. He worked steadily across decades, guest starring in numerous television series and films, often portraying intellectuals, professionals, or morally complex figures. Though never a household name, he earned admiration from peers for his subtle craft and quiet dedication. In his private life, Olsen kept a low profile, choosing a career of steady work over celebrity. James Olsen passed away on April 17, 2022, at the age of 91 from natural causes. Peggy Ryan portrayed Jenny Sherman, the secretary in McGarrett's office, in Hawaii 5-0, 1968, when she was 44 years old. Jenny was witty, cheerful, and efficient, managing paperwork, phone calls, and scheduling with unwavering professionalism, while also providing the audience with moments of lightheartedness amidst the grim crime stories. She acted as the connective tissue of the 5-0 task force, ensuring that operations ran smoothly while occasionally offering insight or playful banter that revealed her closeness to the team. Though she never carried a gun or chased suspects, Jenny's role showed the importance of intelligence, organization, and loyalty behind the scenes. Off-screen, Peggy Ryan was already a well-known Hollywood name. She had been a tap-dancing prodigy who found fame in the 1940s as the teenage dance partner of Donald O'Connor in a string of exuberant Universal musicals. Later, her career shifted towards supporting roles in film and television, but Hawaii 5-0 gave her lasting recognition with a new generation of viewers. Beyond acting, she lived through 3 marriages, including to actor James Cross and singer Bud Westmore, and she raised a daughter while balancing her career. Though her stardom had peaked decades earlier, she remained admired for her energy and resilience. Peggy Ryan passed away on October 30, 2004, at the age of 80, from complications of 2 strokes. William Smith portrayed Detective James Kaimo Karu in the final seasons of Hawaii 5-0, 1979, when he was 46 years old, stepping in to replace the beloved Danny Williams after James MacArthur's departure. Kimo was a bold, physically imposing character who brought raw toughness to the team. He embodied the image of a hard-edged lawman, often using sheer strength and intimidation to take down criminals, while still showing enough intelligence and grit to earn McGarrett's trust. Though fans sometimes miss the warmth of earlier characters, Kimo gave the waning seasons a more aggressive tone, ensuring the series remained suspenseful. Off-screen, William Smith's career was as fascinating as his on-screen persona. Known as one of Hollywood's strongest men, he was a decorated athlete and bodybuilder who transitioned into acting with astonishing success. He played memorable villains and anti-heroes in Any Which Way You Can opposite Clint Eastwood, Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and dozens of cult biker films where his deep voice and intimidating presence made him unforgettable. A gifted linguist fluent in multiple languages, Smith also worked for the government before pursuing acting full-time. Beyond the screen, he was married and had a son, balancing family with an action-packed career that spanned more than 6 decades. William Smith passed away on July 5, 2021, at the age of 88 from undisclosed causes. Glenn Cannon portrayed District Attorney John Manicotti in Hawaii 5-0, beginning in 1970 when he was 37 years old, and his character quickly became an integral part of the show's justice system. Manicotti was intelligent, principled, and sharp-tongued in court, standing as the legal force that turned McGarrett's arrests into convictions. He brought dramatic weight to the courtroom scenes where his verbal sparring with defense attorneys underscored the stakes of each case. Unlike the detectives, Manicotti's battles were fought with words and strategy rather than weapons, but his determination to uphold the law made him a vital ally to the 5-0 team. Off-screen, Glenn Cannon led a distinguished dual career as both an actor and an educator. He appeared in other Hawaii-based series such as Magnum, P.I. and Jake and the Fat Man, and performed in theater productions across the islands. Beyond his screen presence, he was a respected drama professor at the University of Hawaii, where he shaped countless aspiring actors and directors, leaving a cultural legacy far beyond television. Colleagues remembered him as dedicated, disciplined, and deeply passionate about the craft of performance. He preferred a private life outside the limelight, focusing on teaching and theater. Glenn Cannon passed away on April 20, 2013, at the age of 80, after a long illness. Andrew Dugan portrayed Miller in Hawaii 5-0, 1968, when he was 45 years old, bringing his signature gravitas to one of the show's early guest appearances. Miller was stern, calculating, and authoritative, representing the kind of antagonist whose influence challenged McGarrett's team beyond physical confrontation. Dugan's commanding presence made the character memorable despite limited screen time, showing how powerful guest villains could elevate the stakes. Off-screen, Andrew Dugan had one of the most prolific careers in television and film of the mid-20th century. Known for his tall frame and deep voice, he became a reliable presence in series such as Room 222, Maverick, and Rich Man, Poor Man. He appeared in films like 7 Days in May, 1964, and In Like Flint, 1967, and worked steadily across multiple genres. Though rarely a headlining star, he was respected as a consummate character actor who could command attention in every role. In his personal life, Dugan was married to actress Elizabeth Logue, and together they had 3 children. Andrew Dugan passed away on May 15, 1988, at the age of 64 from throat cancer. Sharon Farrell portrayed Detective Lori Wilson in Hawaii 5-0, 1977, when she was 36 years old, marking one of the rare times a woman joined McGarrett's elite unit. Lori Wilson was tough, determined, and capable, breaking gender barriers in a male-dominated squad. She brought fresh perspective and empathy to investigations, showing that her insight was as vital as her skill in handling suspects. Her addition highlighted the gradual shift in television during the late 1970s towards stronger female characters. Though her tenure on the series was brief, Farrell infused the role with charm and strength, giving audiences a character who stood her ground alongside seasoned detectives. Off-screen, Sharon Farrell had a wide-ranging career in Hollywood. She starred in films like It's Alive, 1974, and The Reavers, 1969, and appeared in countless television shows from Gunsmoke to Hawaii 5-0 to The Young and the Restless. Known for her beauty and intensity, she was often cast in roles that required both vulnerability and resilience. In her personal life, she experienced the ups and downs of Hollywood, including marriages and motherhood, and she openly spoke about the challenges of balancing career and family. Sharon Farrell passed away on May 15, 2023 at the age of 82 from natural causes. Soon Taek Oh Bafal portrayed Chang Lee in Hawaii 5-0, 1968, when he was 36 years old, embodying a character steeped in menace and duplicity. Chang Lee was ruthless, cunning, and dangerous, often embodying the Cold War anxieties of the era, as 5-0 tackled not only local crimes but also international espionage and organized threats. His role showcased the darker, more calculating side of villainy, reminding audiences that Hawaii was a crossroads of cultures and conflicts. Oh's performance made Chang Lee memorable, giving McGarrett one of his most formidable opponents in the early years of the series. Beyond this appearance, Soon Taek Oh built an extraordinary career as one of the first major Korean-American actors in Hollywood. He guest starred in dozens of series from M.A.S.H. to MacGyver, and became widely recognized as the voice of Fa Zhou in Disney's Mulan, 1998, and its sequel. Passionate about representation, he founded East West Players in Los Angeles, a pioneering Asian American theater company that gave opportunities to countless performers. Off-screen, he was deeply respected as both an artist and an activist for Asian American visibility. Soon Taek Oh passed away on April 4, 2018, at the age of 85 from complications of Alzheimer's disease. Ed Flanders portrayed Dr. Alexander Klein in Hawaii 5-0, 1969, when he was 35 years old, embodying a figure of intelligence and quiet authority. Dr. Klein was resourceful, rational, and dedicated to his work, offering scientific and medical insight at crucial moments that supported the task force's pursuit of justice. Though not a recurring character, his presence highlighted the collaboration between law enforcement and medical expertise in solving complex cases. Off-screen, Ed Flanders built a remarkable acting career, especially on television. He became widely known for his Emmy-winning work as Dr. Donald Westfall on St. Elsewhere, 1982 to 1988, where his sensitive portrayal of a compassionate hospital administrator earned critical acclaim and endeared him to audiences. He appeared in notable films such as The Exorcist III, 1990, and was admired for his ability to combine warmth with gravitas. Despite professional success, Flanders struggled with depression throughout his life, which tragically overshadowed his achievements. He was married 3 times and had 1 son. Ed Flanders passed away on February 22, 1995 at the age of 60 from suicide by gunshot. Loretta Swit portrayed Wanda Russell in Hawaii Five-0, 1969, when she was 32 years old, appearing as a glamorous, sharp-witted woman whose charm and secrets complicated McGarrett's pursuit of justice. Wanda was written as more than just a plot device. She carried both allure and inner conflict, moving between vulnerability and strength in ways that tested the detective's instincts. Sweet played her with intelligence and emotional nuance, suggesting a character who could be both ally and obstacle, embodying the complex female guest stars that gave the series depth. Off-screen, Loretta Swit rose to international fame only a few years later as Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan on M.A.S.H. 1972 to 1983, where her portrayal of a tough yet compassionate army nurse won her 2 Emmy Awards and cemented her place in television history. Beyond that iconic role, she built a versatile career in television movies, theater, and voice acting, while also becoming a passionate advocate for animal rights. She authored books, supported rescue organizations, and used her fame to promote causes close to her heart. Sweet was admired not just as an actress, but as a humanitarian whose career spanned over 5 decades. Loretta Swit passed away on May 30th, 2025 at the age of 87 from natural causes. Alan Fudge portrayed Ben Dawson in Hawaii Five-0, 1974, when he was 30 years old, adding youthful intensity to the ensemble. Dawson was clever, eager, and sometimes impulsive, a character who represented the ambitious new generation of law enforcement, entering the dangerous world that McGarrett had long commanded. His idealism and quick thinking gave the team fresh perspective, while his occasional recklessness provided dramatic tension. Though Dawson's time on the show was limited, Fudge gave him sincerity and emotional depth, making the role memorable. Off-screen, Alan Fudge became one of television's most reliable character actors, appearing in a wide variety of shows over 4 decades. He had recurring roles in Dallas, Savannah, and Beverly Hills, 90210, and also appeared in Murder. She wrote ER and CSI. In film, he played supporting parts in The Natural, 1984, and Capricorn 1, 1978, while in animation he provided voices for series like Batman Beyond and Justice League. His adaptability across genres, from westerns to dramas to science fiction, made him an enduring presence in American entertainment. Fudge lived a quieter personal life, focusing on his craft rather than celebrity, but he left behind a body of work respected for its consistency and professionalism. Alan Fudge passed away on October 10, 2011, at the age of 67 from cancer. James Hong portrayed Eric Ling in Hawaii Five-0, 1969, when he was 40 years old, delivering a performance that made the character a standout villain of the season. Eric Ling was ambitious, sly, and calculating, the kind of adversary who relied on manipulation and cunning rather than brute force. Hong's natural charisma made Ling memorable, his presence both threatening and magnetic, reminding viewers that Hawaii's criminal underworld was as diverse and layered as the islands themselves. Off-screen, James Hong has built one of the most extraordinary resumes in Hollywood. With more than 600 film and television credits, he is regarded as one of the most prolific actors of all time. His roles have ranged from cult classics like Big Trouble in Little China, 1986, and Blade Runner, 1982, to family favorites such as the Kung Fu Panda films, where he voiced the lovable Mr. Ping. He also co-founded East West Players, a groundbreaking Asian American theater company that created opportunities for generations of actors who faced systemic barriers in Hollywood. Hong's career has been defined by versatility, resilience, and advocacy, earning him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2022. Married since 1967 and the father of one daughter, he continues to inspire actors worldwide. As of 2025, James Hong is 96 years old. Lloyd Bochner portrayed Colonel Avery in Hawaii 5-0, 1970, when he was 46 years old, playing a disciplined military officer whose presence brought weight to a tense storyline. Colonel Avery was stern, proud, and unyielding, embodying the institutional authority of the armed forces in an era when the series often addressed Cold War anxieties. His decisions created conflicts that challenged McGarrett and his team, adding moral ambiguity to the episode. Bochner's poised, dignified style gave Avery the credibility of a career officer while also hinting at hidden flaws, making him more than a stock authority figure. Off-screen, Lloyd Bochner enjoyed a long and varied career as a Canadian-born actor who became a familiar face in Hollywood. He appeared in dozens of popular shows including Twilight Zone, where his chilling role in To Serve Man became a television classic, as well as Dynasty Mission, Impossible, and Murder, she wrote. He also appeared in films such as Point Blank, 1967, and lent his distinctive voice to animation, most notably as Mayor Hamilton Hill in Batman, the animated series. Married to concert pianist Ruth Roher for more than 50 years, he raised 3 children and remained respected for his intelligence and sophistication. Lloyd Bochner passed away on October 29, 2005, at the age of 81 from cancer. Mark Leonard portrayed Commander Hawkins in Hawaii 5-0, 1969, when he was 45 years old, bringing authority and depth to his role as a naval officer entangled in one of the team's tense investigations. Hawkins was professional, disciplined, and unwavering, embodying the honor and strict order of the military, while also serving as a reminder of Hawaii's strategic role during the Cold War. Leonard's presence gave weight to the story, offering audiences a character whose allegiance and integrity shaped the outcome of the episode. Off-screen, Mark Leonard was best known for his iconic roles in the Star Trek franchise, where he played Spock's father Sarek as well as the first Romulan commander seen on television. His ability to convey wisdom, gravitas, and subtle emotion made him a fan favorite across generations. He also appeared in series like Here Come the Brides and Mission, Impossible, building a reputation as one of television's most versatile guest stars. Outside of acting, he was married and had 2 daughters, balancing his career with family life. Mark Leonard passed away on November 22, 1996, at the age of 72, from multiple myeloma. Who is your favorite character from Hawaii 5-0? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.